Hey guys, it's Kelly from fitnesswinner.com, and today I have an upper body strength training workout for you. We're going to start off with a cardio warm-up, move into that superset upper body workout, and then finish up with a cool down and stretch. All you need is a set of dumbbells. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright, for our cardio warm-up, we're doing body weight exercises, 30 seconds apiece, nice and light, just to get warmed up. We're starting off with a row pull, so get your feet moving, and we're pulling your shoulder blades together, squeeze, but not too hard. We're just getting started, warming up this range of motion. So like I said, nice and light. You don't want to jump in to anything too extreme without a warm-up. And all of these exercises, a lot of these exercises in the warm-up are going to be mimicking what we're going to be doing once we add weights. Just keep your feet moving. Alright, next up we're doing ventral pulls. So this time overhead and then pull back down. Try to push each way, the maximum range of motion. Not to pain, but definitely where you feel a little stretch. Keep the feet moving too if you like. Get a little extra calories burned out of this. Pull each direction, push at the top, pull at the bottom. Alright, next up we're doing windmill squats. So plant your feet, we're coming up overhead. You can keep the squat nice and shallow if you want, but come down a little bit. Come back up over your head. Again, during this entire range of motion, you're pushing so that you're getting a little stretch through all of it. Make sure you're breathing. Our next one's going to be big circles. We're going to alternate forward and backward. So really exaggerated forward, now go back. Just keep doing that. Next up, we're going to add a little bit higher cardio to this, but I'll show you a low impact version. If you have neighbors below you, you're trying not to make mad, or bad knees or anything like that, we've got you covered. Alright, so we're doing fly jacks. So if you want the higher cardio version, we're here. We're jumping out. If you want to keep it lower impact, just step from side to side, take out the jumps. Otherwise, do whichever version works best for you. Try to land nice and soft. Pick up the speed as we get further in the interval. Next up, we're doing up and out jacks. So these require a little bit of coordination, but it's a jumping jack and then up in front. Jumping jack, up in front. Again, lower impact, just alternate back and forth with that movement. Let's cut out the jumps. Keep it going, almost done. Alright, that is our warm-up. Go ahead and grab your weights and we'll get started with that strength training. Alright, let's go ahead and get started with that strength training. We are doing groups of 2 different exercises, 8 reps apiece, 3 times through for each group, and we have 3 groups. We're starting off with a close chest press. So I'm going to be using 15 pounds per hand, and we're starting out on the floor. If you have a bench, you can definitely use it. I'm not using one because I know a lot of you at home might not have benches, so I'm going to push up into a bridge to give myself enough elevation to get this done. So press up through your heels, get your heels nice and close to your butt, press up as far as you can, keep your elbows in close to your sides, and then press up right over your chest or your shoulder joint here, and then lower back down, tucked in with your sides. You want your elbows in close to your sides. There's 2. There's halfway already. Just 2 more. So a lot of these exercises are a little unusual. We're using some different ranges of motion today, so it will be a special kind of sore tomorrow. You might find, that's the last rep there, you might find that you're going to have to lift a little lighter than you normally do because of some of these different ranges of motion. So next up, we're doing a bent over close row. So the same thing we just did, but in the opposite, the opposing muscle group. So I'm going to be using 9 per hand for this. So feet close together, bend your knees slightly, get your back nice and flat, and then you're having your weights, they're hanging loose right underneath that shoulder joint, and then pull up. Again, keeping your elbows tucked in as close to your sides as you can. Exhale as you contract and pull that weight up there during the hardest part. So inhale on the way down, exhale as you pull it back up. Two more. All right, there is round 1 of group 1. So we're going to do that again. This time I'm going to choose a heavier weight because I felt like that wasn't quite challenging enough last time. So I'm going to go for 18 pounds per hand. So the amount of weight that you're going to be lifting is completely specific to your own strengths and weaknesses. So what I'm telling you, what I'm lifting, is just a reference point. All right, press up into your heels. Start it up. There's halfway. Two more, and this is the point where it should be very difficult to complete these reps. So if you're breezing right through these last couple reps, you need to bump up the amount of weight you're lifting or check your form. All right, there we go. There's the second one of those. This should be a relatively quick progression. So, going back to that bent over close row, I think I will go heavier for this one too. I might have to take it back down. We'll see how this goes. But I'm going to try to challenge myself a little bit here. So again, feet nice and close together. Bend slightly. Squeeze the glutes, pull in your core. Might as well work everything while we're at it. Now pull up your elbows. There's your first rep. I think that's halfway. Two more. Here's our last one. All right, that's good. Okay, just one more round of each of those. I'm going for 18 per hand again. Drop to the floor. Press up into your heels. Here we go. Using slow, controlled motions for all of this. Try to make sure you're keeping those hips high. They're going to try to sag as you get tired. That's halfway. Just two more. Here's our last one. All right, and let it relax. All right, one exercise completely done. Now we're moving on to that last round of the bent over close row. I'm going to drop back down to 9 this time because I can feel myself my form started to slip towards the end there. So I'm going to lower the amount of weight I'm lifting. All right, here we go. Squeeze everything. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale as you come up for that first rep. Just 3 more. All right. That's it for group number 1. We've already got a third of our workout done. Next up, we are doing a combination of lateral raises and ventral raises, plus pullovers. So I'm gonna go nice and light for this first set. This tends to be kind of a weak range of motion, so choose what you need to. But we're doing a count of 8. First, we're standing up nice and tall, feet shoulder width apart. Come out nice and slow to shoulder height, then come back down. Now we're doing the same thing, this time in front of our body. Just 2 more in each way. One more of each. Here's our last one. And slowly drop those weights. Now we're dropping back down to the floor for pullovers. So I'm going to use 15 pounds for this. And I'm going to use just one weight with both hands. So again, I'm pressing up into a bridge to create the elevation that I need. It's also really great for your lower back, your glutes, and your thighs, so getting lots done with this one. So start out with your weight right above your chest, and we're lowering down towards the ground. Don't touch the ground, just come right back up. Don't bring that weight in past your shoulder joint. Stop right here before you go back down. There's 2. Five. 1 more. All right, there we go. So pop back up, going back to those lateral and ventral raises. So hold my weights. And here we go. Take a couple minutes to shake out your muscles if you need to. If at any point you need a longer break during any of these sets, feel free to hit the pause button. Otherwise, here we go. I've got 6 pounds per hand. Start it up. Here's our halfway point already. With these, you want to make sure that your posture is not changing as you lift those weights. So make sure you're not leaning back and that you're not using momentum to get the weights up there. So last one on each. And out to the sides. And we're done. All right, back to those pullovers. So 15 pounds for me. Make sure you pick the right weight for yourself. Down. All right, so take just a second here to take a nice deep breath. Get ready for this next set. Press up into your heels. Hands up over your head. Here we go. Need a little more room. All right, now we're good. Here's 2. Remember to squeeze those glutes, contract that core. Inhale on the way down, exhale as you pull it back up. 3 more. Starting to get some shaky arms going on over here. It's our last one. All right, and relax. So we have just 1 more of each of those. And change out your weights. All right, take just a second if you need to. Nice deep breath. Here we go. There's 3. Halfway. One more of each. Make sure you're not holding your breath. And slowly drop back down. Now we're on to that last round of pullovers. I'm gonna take a quick water break after this. All right. So push up into your bridge. Get your arms overhead. Slowly lower them towards the ground. Inhale, exhale as you press back up. So if you find that you can't control the weight in a slow, controlled way like this, then you probably need to lower the amount of weight you're lifting. There's halfway. Two more. Last one. All right, we have earned ourselves a water break. So don't go too far away, don't sit down, don't get comfortable, just grab yourself a quick drink of water and we'll finish up with that next round. All right, for our last group, we are starting off with an overhand curl. So you're gonna wanna do a weight quite a lot lighter than you normally curl. So I'm gonna be doing 6 pounds per hand, and you're gonna see why shortly. So we're starting right here, like you holding your hands regularly at your side, but as you come up for that curl, you're doing it with your wrist upwards. So you're your wrists are facing you, and as you come back down, rotate so they're back by your sides. There's 1 rep. It definitely feels very strange, and like I said, we're going to be sore in weird places and weird ways tomorrow, but otherwise this does follow the regular rules of the bicep curl, so you're keeping your elbows in, pinned towards your sides, you're not doing any swing. That's halfway, so nice and tall. See, my elbows are trying to fly out, I'm trying to cheat, so stay on top of yourself, make sure that you're keeping your form clean. If it gets too hard, you can always lower your weight. I think we have 2 more. It's so awkward. Here's our last one. Up and let it relax. All right, our next one is an overhead, overhand tricep extension. So this is gonna be equally awkward. So we're going up like you normally would for a tricep extension, but again, your palms are going to be facing me. So right here, we're lowering down, keep those elbows close to your head, and then coming straight back up. So the only thing that's moving, only movement is at your shoulder joint. So again, try to stand up straight, try not to lean backwards or forwards while you're doing this. There's 2. So pull in your belly, squeeze your glutes if you like, keep a nice slight bend in your knees. There's halfway. Two more. Make sure you're trying to keep those elbows in and upright next to your ears. Last one. And that's it. Okay, now we're going back to that overhand curl. So I'm staying with 6 pounds for all of these just because it is such an unusual motion. I don't even do these exercises often, so I'm not incredibly used to them, so I will also be sore tomorrow. So we're going back to that overhand curl. So again, start off at your side, and as you come up, you're rotating, so your wrists or the backs of your hands are facing upward, and curl. 3. Squeeze. 3 more. Try to keep those elbows pinned. And know they're trying to sneak out away from your sides. Here's our last one. All right, there's number 2 of those. So we're halfway through this last group. Now we're going back to that tricep extension. Remember, your palms will be facing out away from your body. A quick couple of shoulder rolls, shake those muscles out if you need to. Otherwise, hands up over the head. So again, remember the backs of your hands are facing your television or computer screen, and we're lowering, keeping those forearms, the upper arms in the same place, and straightening back out. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Three more. These arms should be burning by now. All right, just 2 more. Ouch. All right, and that is it. Okay, 1 more of each of those. We are so close to being done. Just 1 more. So whenever you're ready, plant your feet, bend your knees just a little, and here we go. So squeeze up, try to stand up tall. These are a lot easier if you use swinging movements, so make sure that you're moving nice and slow and that you are moving at the same pace during the entire exercise. So there's no part where you're skipping over, you're using quicker movements in order to skip over a weak part. You make your muscles work through the entire range of motion. And I think that we have 2 more left. Maybe we'll do an extra one. An extra rep never hurt anybody, right? Okay, 1 more of these. All right. Shake out your arms really quickly. All right, here's our last set. So, arms up. Get your arms aligned, and here we go. Drop it down nice and slow. Squeeze as you extend your arms out. There's 3. Halfway. These last 2 reps are going to be tough. All right, just 2 more. Keep going if you can. Ouch. All right, here's our last one. Oh, and that burns like crazy. Okay, that is our entire strength training portion. So now we get to cool down and stretch. So first, just gonna shake them out a little bit. Move around a little, let your heart rate drop back down. Swing them around. Now go up over your head and back down. So if you're sore, you should come back and tell me in the comments tomorrow where you feel it the most. You might even be sore by the end of the day. That's how you know you're going to be really sore the next day, is when that soreness starts creeping on the same night of your workout. All right, now up over your head. Lean to one side. Now the other. And And come stretch out your fingers all the way down to your toes. Now clasp your hands behind your back and let your arms fold up over your head so you get a nice shoulder stretch. Kind of lean back and forth to the left and right and find different points of tension in your muscles. Alright, slowly come back up. Kind of windmilling those arms, stretching the entire time. Now once you reach up over your head again, we're going to lean to one side and then the other. A nice torso stretch. Now come back up to the center. And again, nice and slow, stretch all the way down. Now fold over again. And one more time, hands behind your back and over your head. Alright, come back up. This time we're going to just pull one arm across your body so you feel a nice stretch through here. Alright, go ahead and switch sides. Alright, next we're going to take that opposite hand, grab the elbow, and then try to reach down between your shoulder blades so you feel a nice stretch all through here. Okay, go ahead and switch sides. So you're going to want to eat something very soon after you finish this workout. If you can't, if you don't have the time or resources to make a meal right away, make sure you have at least a generous snack of a couple, 200 or 300 calories. Definitely fruit and nuts are a great, super convenient, really healthy, easy way to get in some healthy calories after a workout. Alright, now if you have an open wall or anything that you can place your hand against, you're going to point your fingers behind you and then slightly rotate away until you feel a stretch through your chest here. Turn as much or as little as you need to. Okay, switch sides. Alright, now we're going to walk down to a downward dog. So nice and slow, reach for your toes and come out. Try to press your head down in between your shoulders so you get a nice stretch through that upper body as well as through your legs. Alright, now walk the rest of the way out. We'll sink down into an up dog right here. So lower yourself down the rest of the way, and we're going to push back into a child's pose. And again, focus on trying to press your head down so you get a nice stretch through those arms. All right, and let it relax. Okay guys, that's it. Your workout is finished. You made it all the way through. Good job. This workout is complete.